everyone and welcome to my channel, and as far as you can see today we are talking about another game that is on mobile also, and this game requires a lot of dexterity and muscle memory, so to say, and depending how trained you are and how much you played in this game, you can be either successful or it can be very frustrating at the time. And I can tell you that this game back in the day started as a decent game and then it turned out basically like a slot machine, and probably they received a lot of complaints, and they ameliorated somewhat the algorithm, and that algorithm at one point was very unfair, and it's still unfair at the time. But let's be honest, sometimes you require a boost and a little bit of frustration to make you go, so to say. And you also have to be very careful to not make an obsession for this game, because it can take away a lot of time and a lot of important moments of your life. And I started to play this game during the winter months as usual, and as far as I saw on forums, this game is played by very many people, and I can tell you that it's very well made, and it could be a very competitive game and very fun game, but unfortunately, as you can see, the algorithm is made that probably if you pay or purchase something, it will make you lose a lot of time and it will give you a lot of frustration to spend money, or real money, on bullets and sword and whatnot. And here, as you can see, this is a good example. In this party, I was matched up with a way higher level gun and with a way higher level of ammunition, and this footage is sped up, so I don't want to waste too much time of your life by watching this video, and I try to give as much information and experience in game that I had during these few months that I grinded up myself to the highest level and obtained basically the almost highest levels guns. And I started to play this game after a while only for fun, and for me the grinding process is done, and from now on I'm just taking it and playing it as recreation and wasting some time that I have sometimes, and why not? I have to admit that this game is very well made, and regarding the aspect that is rigged, that's for sure, it's a challenge, and you cannot really cheat in this game unless you hack it, but I think if you hack it, probably the algorithm will filter you out and your account gets banned or something. And as far as you can see in this match, this user has a very high level gear, and also he can aim, that's for sure, and has a lot of experience, and it's very hard to compete against users like this. And basically you have to aim very carefully and very precisely, and you have to know your gun and your distance and aiming and bullet placement almost perfectly. And this is where it shines, this game, that you basically even if you are very experienced, sometimes you can miss, or most of the time you can miss if you are not careful and your reflexes doesn't work as required. And in this tier, for example, this is, I think, a season tour. The most important thing, it's not really how powerful your gun and your ammunition is, but how you place the bullet. Is how perfectly you hit the target, how close you hit the target to the vitals, and the highest point on the animal that gives you the highest score, and not the takedown that is counted. Of course, if you can take down a target with one shot, that gives you more points, but basically you have chances against these overpowered gear users, even with a decent gun or a lower level gun, if you can aim well. And here, as you can see, I just won this match against this guy, and I'm keeping up the list for now in this season tour, and I'm on the head of the list. And I can tell you that to be on the top of that list is a very lot of grinding is required, and activity is required to keep up that list and do not get overtaken by other users. And here, as you can see, it's many tiers in this game, but usually people are paying basically the last tier, since in that list, the monthly list, you are counted after the money you achieve by your wins. And here you can see a very frustration based match, which many users are complaining for. And basically this 4-clip ammunition, you can buy it with real money, and a lot of people are doing it. And this is basically a kind of cheat code for reward of your purchase, so to say. And let's be honest, 4 bullets, overpowered bullets, against base user who doesn't purchase this extra ammunition is basically trolling, bullying and cheating. And sometimes these users are fair play, so when they realize that you didn't show up with 4 bullets either, they just don't fire the 4th bullet and they just stick with the 3 bullets, and it's a fair game. But it's very rare to have that kind of experience, and usually these kind of users who are competing with 4 clips and overpowered guns that they purchase with real money, they are real a-holes, as some people would say, and they are like trolling. And as soon as they get their ass whooped, so to say, and they see that they met somebody who can shame them even with a lower gun and a lower tier bullet or a starter pack bullet, they just bail out and leave the game, usually ashamed and humiliated. And that's the best part for some people to see when this is happening, because this is the most rejected and the most hated aspect of this game. And I can see on forums and everywhere people complaining about this, and I can see usernames in game that are referring to this kind of encouraging of cheating by the developers, so to say. But hey, they have to make money somewhere, and it seems that these guys are willing to pay for this kind of activity. And this is sad, because this is destroying basically the whole vibe of this game, which is competition. And but sometimes you need this experience, and it gives you either motivation, or you just get angry and quit the game and you put it away and won't play it, or even uninstall it or delete your account. And I see many people are doing it. And here, as you could see, I was able to wipe this guy out, so to say, and make him think probably if it worth the 4-clip or not. And here, as you can see, I'm still on the top of the list. And folks, I don't recommend you to grind. I mean, if you have the time and the willingness and everything to stay on the top of that monthly list, do it. Because if you want to upgrade your weapons and you don't want to spend in-game money, it's the only way to play as much as possible and open as much as possible those boxes that you are receiving daily. And let's be honest, the opportunity, if you spend a lot of time in game, it's quite rewarding. Because I can tell you that I saw users on forums who are playing this game for years, and they still are not at the level where I am right now after a few months. Basically, like 6 or 7 weeks of play, I just managed to finish this game, all the tiers, and get the highest gun. I think it's only one gun left that I have to unlock, and even that one is also halfway to be unlocked. And I can tell you, in these winter months, I put in a lot of hours and a lot of grinding, and I had a lot of time, a lot of fails, and also a lot of weird experience. Because these guys who are starting this game early and are new users, The in-game money that requires to enter a tier is very high at the higher tiers. And if you lose a lot. And you can grind, and you have to grind a lot to recover that loss if you are on the lower tiers and you are a lower level player. And basically, when the algorithm matches you up with somebody who doesn't have equal gear, like you can see in this footage right now, we are pretty much equal, and this is a fair play example of in-game interaction with players with each other. uh, it turns into a charity uh, competition basically, because you saw those newcomers that are showing up with this very weak, very underpowered gear, and basically hoping that they will win by some mistake or the other people's passivity, or I don't know. And sometimes when I see that it's not an AI or it's not a bot behind the username, and they are interacting accordingly through the emojis, because the only way to interact with the other players is sending to each other emojis. So I can see, or if they linked to their social media account this game, then their profile picture shows up, and you can see that they are not artificial intelligence, or they are not bots. And probably they are young people, because I can see most of the time that they might be children or something. And I like to play those kind of games also, and at the end I let them win. And many times they are so thankful, and they are cheering and sending me thank yous and so whatnot, and I can understand their feelings, because I was in their place and I knew how hard it is to go on those higher tiers and basically bet everything on a match where can you lose all your money. And if they are lucky and they are able to win in those higher tiers like 4 or 5 times, then they are set and good to go to grind for money and get higher tier guns unlocked by those daily chests and hourly chests that they can open. And in this game, folks, you have to play a lot of ads. I mean, a huge amount of ads to open those boxes. And that's what I was doing basically. I was putting my phone in the front of my PC, and when I was doing graphic design or something, I was just clicking the ads and let them roll and open these guns. And I could feel that it was at one point very exhausting, and my brain felt like I was cooked basically. And it was a time when I just put aside this game and I had to take a break, because I can tell you it can become very addictive if you are not careful, and also it can become very frustrating. I mean, real frustrating. And I can see on forums and interaction on social media that a lot of people are complaining, and even on the developers website and the social media, as soon as they post something, they are flooded with hate comments and requests to fix the algorithm and don't be unfair and don't encourage cheating and so on and on. And as far as I see, they did some action regarding to fix this thing, and they are making some progress, but they also left this aspect of the game a little bit untouched, so to say. So you can still run into these unfair matchups, so to say. And yeah, folks, so this is the game that I played this winter months, and I'm continue to playing it. And I can tell you, in the Play Store, this is the only game that I found it decent, very well made. And regarding the aspect of the algorithm and the pay-to-win type approach, if you are careful and you don't want to make a waste of time, and you can manage your anger and you are very patient and you can see the fun part of this game, it can be very fun. And if I recommend this game, yes, I recommend it, but be very careful and don't become addictive. And This is basically it, folks. Thank you for watching this video. In the future I will post more videos, and I'm making in the workshop some progress regarding my sculptures, and I will link and I will match up with my gaming videos, and let's see in the future where this channel will heading. I don't want to monetize it, and I didn't make it for financial gain or something, and just for fun and interaction and so on, and raise awareness that don't destroy your life with certain things that can become addictive.